Holy cow. Holy cow. Like, I was already done making the video, and then I was cleaning out the bucket from the rocks that I found yesterday. And this rock, I've probably been kicking it around for a long time. And holy cow, this is something. Pudding stone type things, which there's a whole way to classify and describe them, I'm aware of. This might be the nicest one I've found so far. This is, it's like held together by a crystal. Like, I don't even know how to describe these things. Oh, wow, is it that stuff again? It might be. What is going on? Yeah, so what? Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video, I am welcoming all rock hounding YouTubers to come to my property on some day that's decided at some point this summer, ideally, and help me figure out what it is I'm looking at. So this isn't going to be a super in-depth video because my camera's just not good enough to get the rocks into the camera. So, and my computer can't edit 4K. So, but let me just go through right here, okay? I've collected all these rocks. These rocks have got a little tumbling, but the tumbler broke after 2 days. And all these rocks, those are the red rocks. So this is like 2 months-ish of this level. Now I have a pile over there I collected a while ago, and I've gone through that since I started realizing what was what. Okay, so now this bucket here, just all by itself, is what I consider to just be like super fancy stuff, right? Add all this stuff, right? So this is a really cool piece of petrified wood. Here is a piece of a geode. Here's another piece of a geode, or a thunder egg maybe, thunder egg, yeah. Another one, and these are like pieces that must have been off huge thunder eggs. Okay, now here's this stuff. This is like a peanut buttery looking stuff that I'm guessing is like petrified wood. I don't know, it's really smooth. But okay, so here's a piece of it, right? Well then, here's another piece of it, right? Okay, well, here's a piece of it that got all smashed up and then turned back into a rock by a crystal. Looks like toothpaste, but it's crystal, right? And then, again, with that same rock, here it is again, broken up again, and into what seems to be like obsidian, but I don't think you can get anything into obsidian. So, I mean, just wacky stuff like that. Here's like, I think that's not an opal, oh, I forget. So, yeah, but I actually knew some name for that. You know, that's just pretty cool looking. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. So a lot of stuff is like crystal, rock covered in crystals, crystal. Here, really black rock. Another kind of crystally thing there. And then we get to things like, here we go. Hopefully this shows up, but that's just wild. I think those are called botryoidals, those little bumps all over that green stick of stuff. So, like I say, that was just the best of the best, right? So then, this is just a small bucket of small stuff, right, that you'd want to tumble, right? There's a bucket of medium stuff, right? Now, this is where it gets, like, I'm super curious, because this, I don't know what it is, but I think it's fancy. I think it's something. Maybe maybe it's jasper. I mean, that's it. So, but I feel like it's similar to this here, right? But maybe this is a little lower quality, like, of this. maybe it's not the same at all. But then in this one here, which is again similar, there's like a vein of like something that's super silky running right through here. I don't know if that's going to show up on camera. Now there's a lot of these rocks that are from being another rock. And then think about pudding stones. Okay, you know what a pudding stone is? I'm not saying I have pudding stones. I'm saying I have things that are like pudding stones. Okay, like this thing, this whole thing right here. This is probably not going to show up on camera, but this is a giant, like a pudding stone. It's all chunks, and this one particular chunk right there, I think might be jasper, because like I said, I don't know anything else. It's jasper, it's not jasper. Okay, but that theme of, and then I know these are conchoidal fractures, but this is the same kind of thing where it's a rock made of whatever, filled with other rocks, right? And that's in this, and here's another one, and here's another one, and okay, so there's a lot of that going on. Okay, but then like here, you look at this as like, oh, it's just a rock, right? But then the backhoe chipped it, and that looks like freaking jade, you know? Like, I don't know, maybe it's jasper. Like, I don't even know. So again, here's some more kind of green, crystal-y type of thing. This isn't a normal rock. Normal looking rock, right? Okay, so there's a lot of that going on. Here's like a crystal growing in a lava rock. Here's a giant piece of petrified wood. There's a bunch of little petrified wood. There's a bunch of this black little stuff that I don't know what's going on. You know, lots of. Then you get to like stuff like this, right? Now this looks like just a nothing, but I'm telling you right now that this has probably got a gem inside of it. Like, I don't know, the camera is just not gonna do it, but this has got a gem inside of it. I'm almost positive. And then, oh, like the red stuff here is super bizarro world, because it's like the same, like a pudding stone again, but it's like the stone holding it together has got this like, almost look like it was painted. It looks like it was painted red. Super weird. That's one kind of one, and then there's this kind, and then there's more of that other kind, and so there's a couple different kinds of red stuff, right? And then there's like this whole area right here is pretty much just green rocks, right? And then this area right here is stuff that's similar to this thing and this thing, and so, you know, and then there's a whole pile here of just full-size rocks, and this is probably nothing pile. So I dug, and there's the tailings, a trench a couple years ago, and there's more tailings. And what the deal was is I had that trench is very, very similar to this trench. Where all this rock comes from is the Bonneville Lake flood, 14,500 years ago. Crazy flood. You should look it up. Okay, so I just dug this trench. And that pile right there has never been gone through. So I am going to move that pile over to this area and more or less like spread it out, not over the whole area, but it won't be that tall. So it'll be lower piles, right? Now, the plan is that once that is over there, and then we get a good rain, there's going to be a lot of that stuff over there to be found. So I want to keep my stuff, but all the YouTubers that are Rockhound YouTubers that want to come out here and maybe find your own stuff out in there. So there'll be this whole area that can be gone through, and no fees, or just keep what you want. All I want is knowledge. All I want to know is what is this and what is that. That's pretty much my whole goal for this. So then I also have a road that goes, I have 10 acres that goes all the way around. So that road has some rocks in it. There's no real need to like dig in the road, but I mean, digging rocks out of the road. Yeah. Like every rock that's everywhere other than piled up nicely here needs to be piled up nicely here. So you're not going to run out of rocks to go through in the time in the day that, I open up for this kind of stuff. So this is the offer. I don't know if anybody's going to be interested in it, but I'm going to say that there is a huge variety of stuff and big chunks of stuff that if you're into doing lapidary work and stone grinding and, tumbling and all that, like you could literally, the hours, if I had to guess how many hours I have on this right here, and a lot of it, sometimes I just go for a walk on my property, right? I just go out and go for a walk, and I'm walking along, and there's a rock, and I come back with a handful of rocks, and then I just started grabbing a bucket, and now I'm just out there just, So anyway, if I had to guess how many hours I've got into this over the last literally just couple months. Like I said, I had been collecting rocks, but this is like a building materials is what I was collecting them for. I always thought they were kind of unique, but I didn't realize, that I had like some, lapidarically valued stuff. I don't know if that's a word. So anyway, that's what's going on. This channel is my life and what's going on. And if life gives you lemonade, if life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. If life gives you rocks, you make rockinade. Like and subscribe. Peace.